I'm Dov Venter from the WA Conference Family Ministries Department. It is a big privilege for me to be in the company of Pastor Mike and Gail Tucker.
Thank you. It's a joy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you for spending the week with us during Easter Camp 2015.
It has really been a joy. You know, it's the first time we've been in Western Australia, and we have loved it. So.
Can I begin asking you about your family?
Absolutely, it's our favorite topic.
Absolutely, go for it.
We have two adult daughters. Our older daughter is a principal of a K-12 school in Dallas. It's called Dallas Christian Academy, and she's been teaching for a number of years and just loves her kids like everything. Our younger daughter is a counselor. She does marriage and family counseling. She's also done crisis counseling, so she counseled at a battered women's shelter for a number of years. She does stuff with Dallas Independent School District, counseling with the families there, and she has a private practice, so she stays very busy with that. But in addition to our daughters and our son-in-law, who is also a teacher, he teaches at Dallas Christian Academy, we have two grandchildren. Yeah.
They are a delight. If you got grandchildren, you know they are so much fun. We got a 4-year-old granddaughter, a 2-year-old grandson, and we absolutely love to spoil those children, send them home to mama so she can straighten them out and send them back to us so we can spoil them again. We just have a blast with our grandkids.
It sounds like fun to be part of your family.
It is. It's good.
Pastor Mike, just tell us about your journey with God.
I grew up in the church, but the church I grew up in was very legalistic, and my family of origin was very legalistic. My father was somewhat abusive. And so when you put all that together, I didn't really want to stay in the church because I viewed my father, the church, and the legalism all as a picture of God. And I figured if I'm not good enough for God, He's not good enough for me. You know, so I was on my way out until a minister just loved me and showed me a different picture of God and demonstrated to me that my righteousness was not by works, but by faith in Jesus. And that just changed everything for me. It made me want to be a part of the church. I'd always felt called to ministry. And now I really wanted to do something that would help bring this church into a closer relationship with Jesus Christ. Not just be right about doctrine, but also be right in our relationship with the one who loves us so very much.
It's so important for the church to create the right picture of God in the mind of our fellow believers.
It is. I mean, that's really our primary function on the planet, isn't it? To show people who the Father is. That's why Jesus came, was to reconcile us to the Father, to demonstrate the Father to us. He said, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. And so I think to paint the accurate picture of who the Father is what the world needs as much as anything.
And I think the other thing is to realize that we're always learning more about that ourselves. You know, there's never a time when any of us, as lay people or as ministers, should stop learning about the Father, because there's just a never-ending supply there of love.
So the Father heart of God is so big and so wide.
Yes.
It should be a topic of discussion more often.
Yes,
It should.
I agree.
It should.
Tell me, at present you're involved with Faith for Today, started back in 1950. What is that all about?
Faith for Today is a television ministry, and as you said, it started in 1950. It was started by William and Virginia Fagel at the request of the General Conference because they wanted to put a television program on. So they began to do that, and William and Virginia were pastors of a church in New York City. And they took their own church members and they began to create a little drama that played every single week on television. It went nationwide on Sunday mornings in America and eventually around the world. And over time, that ministry kind of built and changed, and instead of the little drama that they were doing, it expanded into a hospital drama that was an hour-long thing that went on every week. And then after that, it evolved a little bit of change and decided that instead of a drama, that they wanted to do an interview show. So back when Dan Matthews was the director of the ministry, they did an interview show called Lifestyle Magazine. And that is still what we do today. And Lifestyle Magazine is a program where we just talk to people about their real lives. You know, what is it like to live? What is it like to have healthy relationships, to have good physical health, to have healthy finances, and all of these things that impact us day to day. So we bring people on that talk about those things and help people to learn that they can live a healthier lifestyle in every aspect of life.
And the reason we've chosen those areas is the research done in the United States shows that secular people have indicated that they might visit a church if the church could help them with their health, their relationships, or their finances. So that's what we focus on with Lifestyle Magazine. And it's a show that is seen by over 4 million viewers every week. We're carried on 200 stations or networks in the United States alone. And that doesn't count the worldwide audience through satellite and other networks there. But in the United States alone, 4 million people. And again, to put that in perspective, the most watched talk show in the United States on daytime talk is Dr. Phil, and is viewed by 5 million people a day. We're viewed by 4 million people every week, and that's without paying for airtime. Stations donate that airtime to us, and we just praise God for that. It gives us the opportunity to speak to the needs of 4 million people every week.
That is amazing. 4 million people exposed to Christian thinking on lifestyle.
Yes.
Right.
And out of this Lifestyle Magazine was born a special ministry for you. Tell us about that.
It's a ministry called Mad About Marriage. We began to look at marriage across North America and found that it was in pretty bad shape. And I think the same is true for Australia. And so we said, what could we do that would help people focus on their relationships and having healthy relationships? So we decided to dedicate a segment of Lifestyle Magazine specifically to marriage, and we call that segment Mad About Marriage. So some of our shows are strictly about marriage topics. We bring authors, psychologists, couples with great stories, and we interview them, and we just present principles for healthy marriage.
Then in association with that, we also created a seminar, a live seminar. We've carried this all over the world, primarily North America, because that's our target audience, but we've also been to Russia, we've been to Dubai, Australia several times, we've been to other places across the planet with the seminar. But the idea now is to take the principles we interview people about on the shows and have it in a live seminar setting so people from all across the area can come in and be instructed in how to do a better marriage. Then what we do is we try to get those individuals signed up for a small group curriculum called Mad About Marriage, Flipping the Switch. We train local churches to do that. This is a video-based curriculum. Everyone gets a book and they watch the video teaching. And then the small group leaders help facilitate the discussion as they work for 6 weeks on the principles they've learned at the seminar on how to apply that to their marriage. And we find this is an excellent way to connect our viewers with local congregations. So they can say, this is the place where my marriage was helped. And now they're offering a cooking program. Okay, I can go to that too. They find that they have confidence now in this group of people who love them and are willing to help them with no hidden agenda. We just want to be a blessing to you and your life.
That's so wonderful. We've observed you co-presenting your seminars. Is that working for you?
Oh yeah, I love doing that. It's a lot easier co-presenting than it is preaching by yourself, let me tell you, because when you forget something, someone is always there to pick it up.
We really have had a good time doing that, and we've done it quite a few times now. We've actually presented our seminar over 100 times in the last 5 years. And so, we take things out and put new things in, and we just have a good time with it. And we always have a good time also beginning to interact with the people that are there. And you get a feel for what each group is like, and it's really a lot of fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
The other thing I think about co-presenting is it's more believable when people are watching both husband and wife present the material. If I'm the only one presenting it, the women are going to say, yeah, I don't think so. And if Gail's the only one presenting it, the men will say, hey, that's her perspective, but I don't buy it. But with both of us, you get both perspectives, and I think it makes it more believable for our
Over
audience.
so many years of doing this ministry, you must have developed some resources. Tell us about what's available.
We have quite a few resources, and probably the best place to find all of them is at madaboutmarriage.com. madaboutmarriage.com. And if you go there, you can sign up for a blog, and what that will be is a weekly email marriage tip that you'll get in your inbox. There are also, all of our shows on marriage are archived there, so you can watch the shows there. You can find us also on Facebook and Google Plus.
Google Plus, Twitter, you can follow us there. So a variety of places to link with our resources. And the blog posts are all archived there too. There are about 200 or 300 articles that would be helpful for your marriage. Plus, we have books for sale, DVDs, and all sorts of other things that are available at the website.
Thank you so much. madaboutmarriage.com.
.com.
It's just resources available for us to use.
That's
Yes.
right.
Pastor Mike and Gail, thank you so much. We encourage you to take the time, madaboutmarriage.com, for resources in your local church. Thank you for being here. Have a good day.